hear a story that'll send a chill down your spine and make you afraid to go out into the dark? Well, I have a killer tale for you. The small town I live in is really only known for one thing: an urban legend about killer ghost clowns that haunt our local cemetery, which is located in a deep forest near the edge of town. Now, I never believed in any urban legends before this event happened. Bloody Mary, Candyman, Mothman, all those are just fictional as far as I was concerned. But now I know any of those could be real. You see, around 80 years ago, the people that lived in my town started to take notice that any time a person would go out to the cemetery at dark, they would never return from the forest. They always said that distant screams could be heard, but even if someone ran into the woods to look for them, nothing would be found. It didn't take long before no one would visit the cemetery after dark, and 80 years later you won't find one adult in town that could go out to those woods, even in the daytime. So one night, after telling a friend that I thought the whole town urban legend about clowns that kill you if you visit the woods after dark was just garbage, he told me that if I really didn't think it was real, then I should go out into the cemetery and walk around for a bit and see if I saw anything. Not wanting to go back down on a dare, I headed out to the woods to visit the cemetery in the middle of the night. There was plenty of moonlight, so a flashlight was not needed. As soon as I got to the woods, I instantly felt something was wrong, and I had a strong feeling that someone was watching me. This feeling didn't go away as I walked on towards the cemetery, and no one really ever come out here, but for some reason the town had still put a sign and street lights up. I was walking towards the sign, getting closer to my destination, and I faintly started to hear circus music. It was so faint, I wasn't actually sure I was hearing it, so I continued forward for a while. I was walking, looking down at my feet, but when I looked up I stopped dead in my tracks. I reached the cemetery, and I could see the sign, but under one of the streetlights there was a terrifying looking, sinister clown. He was dancing this unsettling ballerina type dance in the middle of the woods. In the dead of night, I stood there watching in pure terror. I didn't want to turn and run, as that thing would have gotten me for sure. As I was thinking about what to do, the clown stopped dancing and stood still for a second, as if sensing something. He then turned and looked directly at me. I could see his eyes under the light, the street lamp was giving it off. They were blood red like a demon, and his teeth were all pointed and sharp at the end. I'll never forget his horrifying face. The clown was nodding his head up and down really slow, as if telling me he knew I was there, and he could kill me at any second. As we stood there looking at each other, it started to rain out of nowhere. The clown then started to laugh, and that was enough for my adrenaline to rush through me, so I turned and ran as fast as I could to get to my house. I could hear circus music the entire run back, and it took me weeks to even leave my house after I got back. I will never go into those woods again. Most urban legends aren't true, but some are. And that night, I came face to face with something evil, something demonic, and I almost never came out of those woods.